Hello, this is Nick Skriloff, and I'm going to go over how to use the course planning tool for planning your next year's bids. The background, we have basically gone from a more cumbersome Excel file that tried to put all this information together to our second round of our minimal viable product. The old Excel file was out of date and it wasn't in sync, and it caused some issues. But we've worked with the Darden students to work on a better product. Now the current supported browsers available are Chrome, Firefox, IE, and Edge, and Chrome is the best. Courses put in your cart do not go through the rule checks, conflicts, prerequisites, etc. But once you bid on it, then it does go through the rule checks. System matches by same course, same time, same professor. If you do not find the stats in the CPT, then look in the Excel files. We are working on getting all the bid stats in the system, but the important thing is that it was matching by same course, same time, because that allowed us to compare apples to apples. Not all courses have previous bidding information because they may have only been offered 1 year, or this may be the first year, and evaluation data is there as well. So let's go ahead and take a look. So here we are. We've got Add Courses as we've logged in as Darden, and what you'll see is you'll have a course calendar view, which is going to be basically like this. You'll be able to see things like show full date. You'll have over here like month and agenda, and you'll have up here the ability to do a drop down for the quarter 4, etc. And we'll talk more about this. There's nothing here right now. Then you'll be able to go get to the review the stats here in the course planning, or excuse me, under the registrar application. So what you're looking at is the old world, which is what we're trying to move off of, and then into the new world, which is the course planning tool here. So that is first the examples, and then you'll be able to get to your bids and courses. So we're starting out here, and we're starting out with no bids, no wait lists. We're not enrolled in anything. So let's go ahead and just get started. So first wanted to go over just the actual left side and how kind of starting from zero. So now the first thing I want to go over is that you have, as you bid, you'll see this information change, your remaining bid credits and your bid points. You'll see you can search up here, and then you can always get to this video, back to this video here by clicking here. And so going across the top, you have these actions you can take, and in this case it's just going to be bidding. And we'll be able to jump right over and see the calendar if you want to put it in your cart. And this is the area of the class. Now you can click here and you can actually get to the abstract of a course. So you click here and you would go right to the abstract. We have, now again, keep in mind the time here because that's going to be important. So we can go in and we can filter. We have all the Excel type filtering that you are used to in the system, and if a particular item is in use, then make sure that you realize that it's going to be highlighted. So I'm going to go ahead and put the term of quarter 1 because that's what I'm going to look at for right now. So I filter here, and I'm looking at the quarter 1 courses, and if I click one of these I can sort. So just clicking on, whoops, let me close that. Clicking on one of these will sort the, so if I just click on the actual name, then fine, I can sort by those. And so your standard features, if it's too big, you can come and you could say something like, or too small, you can change the actual window that you're in there if you need to. That'll help. And so with that, I'm going to, and you could also resize these if you wanted to make this a little bigger, standard Excel stuff. So now we know that this term filters in use. I'm looking at Q1. I'm going to actually start thinking about some courses. So suppose I am interested just in this 11:45 class is a possibility, so I'll add that to my cart. And this 10 o'clock class is something that I'm interested in. And maybe here this 2:45 class. So at this point, what do they look like? I haven't bid on anything, but I'm going to jump over by a quick jump. If I click here, then I'll go right over into the system, and I'll see in Q1, because Q1 is shown here. You have all the quarters here, and you'll see that that means that it's in your cart. But I'm going to come back, and we're going to, I know I did change my filter, so I'm going to go ahead and put it back there. You need to do that if you're going to go through that. It's just the way it is. So now I could sort by the ones in my cart, but I'm interested in Mary Margaret Frank's class. So at this point, it was taught at 10 o'clock, and it was also taught at 11:45. And so if I look here, at 10 o'clock, these are the actual bidding choices that we had the previous year, the average, bid, minimum, and you're trying to decide, well, I put some in my cart. I want this 10 or this 11:45. Let me see what the other one was here, right? That was, average bid. I can see here, it looks like it cleared for a little bit more, so I want this class, and I'm going to choose the 11:45 class. Now I could look at the evaluation information, come in here and say, oh, what was the evaluations for this class? And they all look, I could see all the previous year's evaluations if I wanted to. You could expand them all and see these as well. Now, another thing that you could do, since this course is being taught at 10:11:45, I could look at it all right here in one place. And so, but the important thing is that I want to compare apples to apples from the previous year. So 11:45, I think I'm going to bid 200 on this. So when I bid, I really do want this class. So I could either bid any section or no alternate. Now what does that mean? So what that means is that if I choose any section, that means, like, let's just suppose, this is my test data, but suppose that this class fills up, but this class doesn't fill up, and it has 10 remaining seats. Again, this class fills, and this class doesn't fill, and it has 10 remaining seats. Well, even though I bid 200, and I wanted to get in, let's suppose, everyone else bids more than me, and they get in ahead of me. Well, then I'm saying, if I'm a loser not that you're a loser, but if I lose this bid, then I'm saying, please put me into the pool of the 10 people that have the remaining seats, the 10 remaining seats, and that will allow me to, have access if I can get into any other section of this course. But just to be clear, all the bids are processed first on the section that is bid on, and then if there's remaining seats in some other section, then it is those seats are made available to the bids that were not winners. And so that is really, so at this point I'm going to bid any section, and I'll just bid here, and I've gone ahead and I'm good. I could come back over here. I could, if I want to get back there, now that I've bid, I could come back here, and I'll, be at, let me come back here to Q1. Yeah. Yep. So this is, remember, if there's any issue here along those lines, feel free to just move through this, right? You could go here to look at Q2, but I'm going to go back to Q1, and just you'll be here, and you can see all the things you have in your cart and see what you've bid on, and there's a nice view. And then it'll, as the year goes on, you'll get enrolled in things and be on the wait list, and you keep things in your cart and they'll just be there. So that is the how it will work. So thank you for going through how to use AddCourses.